we all know too well that when we talk about professional services, we're talking about hefty fee to begin with, even to talk to a professional. And what you've done with your intelligent content marketing strategy is you put everything out there for free. So how you came up with that proposal when you're in an industry where people charge for their time very handsomely, you actually dedicate a lot of time to put out that content and you do it absolutely for free. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Because I was successful with content between 1996 and 2000, the first version of the Hong Kong Visa Handbook, I knew that a free strategy would be successful. So knowing that I could use free to create relationships by having a content strategy that was based on free, I was able to achieve two objectives. The first was to create relationships, but second was to definitively document what's in my head. So if I definitively document what's in my head, then I become scalable straight away. The problem is that in the industrial economy, the expectation of people is that if to access expertise, you have to pay for it, because that's the way the world has worked for 70 years, give or take. So if you have documented your IP and you give it away for free, then not only have you become scalable, because now you can use the internet to reach every human being, that's got an interest in this material, but I've also leveraged the facet of the science of persuasion that is reciprocity. If I do something for you, you have this innate sense that you need to do something for me. And if you produce a free content platform that's of the highest possible quality, using 10 times content, that's designed to be a do-it-yourself guide to solving the problem, as materialized in my instance, then you're going to tap into this aspect of human psychology that one way or the other they have a sense that they owe you something because of the value that you've delivered to them. So free makes perfect sense, actually. Well, it's been understood in a certain way because the industrial economy has essentially promoted the whole idea of free around this idea that you're going to get free stuff. And after 70 years of pumping stuff out through the industrial economy machinery, and where we've become so completely over-consumerized now with so many options, essentially if you give something free away in the industrial economy, there's not much value to it. But if you give something away that's free in the connection economy, and that act of generosity is designed to achieve a strategic outcome, and that strategic outcome is answer a question, solve a problem, help that party achieve the objectives that they've got for themselves. Knowing that you're scaling yourself by documenting and delivering it free at the same time, but also using it as a catalyst to have unlimited relationships simultaneously with everybody that comes your way, then you've achieved a force multiplier through free that has never been really encountered in the industrial economy before. Because when you cut right down to it, the connection economy is about using the natural dynamics of what connections are all about to engender those relationships. And once you've engendered that relationship, you're at the races. So free is the easiest way to do it, because if you make access to you as an expert conditional on somebody parting with money in advance, you're putting obstacles in the way to having a relationship. And by insisting, for example, that, the first piece of value or the second piece of value that you deliver has to be delivered for this sum of money, you may never get that opportunity to go on and deliver that third piece of value that will end up being a sum of money that's 10 times greater than the sum of money that you insisted on getting at the second value exchange. And what's so cool about this is this idea that actually, when you get right down to it, there are two types of customers, right? Those that want to pay and those that don't want to pay. And those that don't want to pay are never going to give you money anyway, so why not, because you've done the content development and you put the platform down, why not give them complete access to it? Because the worst thing that's going to happen is that they're going to tell everybody that they know about it, who comes across the kind of problem that they've faced and have been solved using our resources. They're going to point them in their direction. And if that happens, there might be just an equal chance that that person happens to be one that wants to pay rather than doesn't want to pay. So you can't lose, right? You know, you've got your IP in your head. You make the investment of documenting and commitment to publishing it. And once it's out there, if you understand the connection economy and the role that, you know, free plays in that as a force multiplier for creating relationships, you can't but lose. Because there's always going to be somebody that wants to pay you, right? Always.